Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? We had a little storms coming through, just kind of that way. What was that? East. It sure cool things down a lot. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. How you doing, Mr. Henry? Hope everything is going well. I was trying to see if I could get this over here on the YouTube channel page. I have it open in StreamYard, but was wanting it open in over here. There we are. Go live. There I am. I see myself. Let's see who is here. Because watching it through StreamYard, there's too much of a delay, and I don't like that. I like seeing it as y'all see it. How you doing, Rideshare Lisa? Adam? How you doing, Mr. Steve? I'm running a little behind tonight because I can hear myself. I gotta mute this over here. One second. Anyway, I was trying to I got a new mic a new shotgun mic for my camera, and I was trying to get it to hook up with StreamYard. I'm gonna have to play with that some more later. Does everything sound and look okay or a little different? I got the mic up a little higher, but I got some stands in. I'll show you a picture, maybe. Give me 1 minute. I don't have myself together, and that is a fact. What in the world am I doing? There we are. I think I just messed up, folks. There, maybe it'll stop. Oh, it was going back and forth. Now it's zooming. I don't know what it's doing. Whoa! Don't want to close that window. Folks, I am having a heck of a time. Everything's jumping big and reloading. Maybe, I don't know what's going on. All different kinds of languages. And let me X out of some of this. Wow. If y'all can see what I see, my YouTube is going big, going small, going little, going big, going to full screen. It's jumping all over the place. I'm going to close this out completely. If I could. Close window. Let's close that window. What? It's like trying. Is my mouse? Let me try something here. Maybe my mouse is going crazy. Anyway, everything is good. How you doing? Hey, buddy, I am driving to Dallas August 22nd and home the 26th. Yeah. If you stop through, yeah. If you're going to Dallas, you should be coming straight down 287 through what, Amarillo and right on through Wichita Falls. And if that's the way you go, I don't know. I've never went from that way. Just give me a holler and I'll meet you somewhere. New window. Let's try this again. I don't know what was going on. What I was wanting to do is I was going to show y'all what I have here. If I can get that to open properly, let me get it over here. And here, let me just do it this way. Y'all bear with me just a moment. I think my mouse is going crazy. I put new batteries in it. I thought that was the issue. Nevertheless, let me share this screen and open that up and share that. There. Now, can y'all see that? Well, you can't see it. But anyway, I got the little device that holds all this. You really can't see what I was talking about. Let me hold on. Let me get out of this. Boy, I am all over the board tonight. Y'all forgive me. I came in. I had a batch order, and I came in. There we go. Well, no, I don't have. Oh man, what? I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. This is the probably one of the worst lives I've ever done. Well, I don't know about the worst, but what kind of mic is this? Oh yeah. Well, anyway, nevertheless, it's. Let me get this. It's that mic right there. Booyah. It's that. That's what I'm working with. But I couldn't get it connect. How you doing, Adam? Yeah, thanks. You ain't just a joking, man. I'm all over the board. Let me get this closed and get my man. I got all kinds of stuff open. I don't know what's up with my. Let me go back to Dashing Grandpa. What's up with my mouse? But anyway, there I am. All right, now back in action. Microwave died during the meal prep. Just got home with a new one. Oh, microwaves. When I remember when I was younger, my mom watches this. She told me she watches my lives, but she can't get on to say anything. So y'all say hi, Dashing Grandma's or Grandpa, Dashing Grandpa's mom. Her name's Judy. Say hi, Judy. Anyway, I guess she's here. She may not be. Probably won't be now that I'm saying something. But yeah, years ago when I was a kid, we got a microwave. Man, they were huge, but they were expensive way back in the day. The mic is fine, so it sounds good. Okay. Well, I got the shotgun mic to put on my camera, so when I get out and about, I can, because I've got a little mini mic, Rode mic. If y'all were, I don't even remember if I had. I don't even remember if I had my mic on my camera. Anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, my mom can tell you how much, because I can't remember exactly how much microwaves were. I just remember they was really expensive. They're really cheap now compared to what they used to be. Anyway, why do I have this on over here? No, I don't know. Stop screen. There we go. I don't know. It really didn't make a difference. Anyway, my topic for the night, now that we've got all of this straightened out, hopefully, was are you satisfied with your gig app, driving for gig apps? Because especially here lately, your beta vision is great too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, you doing pork chop? I didn't see you there. You hiding. But anyway, I've heard a lot of people fussing and griping lately about these gig apps, and they think they deserve this and they think they deserve that. And what brought this to mind, and Rideshare Lisa is on here, and she made a comment. Let me see if I can bring that on. She made a comment on my last video, and then I commented back. I don't want to watch this, but I want to read in case y'all didn't see it. Rideshare Lisa. Okay. This was on the are you an independent contractor or an employee? And oh, Steve, pick a place, Brandon, and I'll buy you lunch. What I found. Oh, we got a great steakhouse. I'm joking. Nah, man. most of the food places here are good. I'm happy from McDonald's to whatever. Don't matter. Just the company is what makes it all good. But Lisa had made a comment on that one. That's why none of these gig companies cannot pass the ABC test anymore. I've heard Steve and a few others talking about AB5, ABC, and Prop 22 and all this stuff, but that's not what this video is about. But what brought the thoughts in my head was I want to read this comment to you that I wrote back to Lisa's. I says, I really didn't know what the ABC rule is, so I just Googled it, and I have read several different websites, and to be honest, I still don't know what it is. Oh, I get the basics, but all this to but for all this to be so popular amongst some individuals, I still don't get it. And I said I probably have a bad attitude towards all the ABC, AB5, Prop 22, and all that other crap out there. I'm just a simple man, and I think if you don't like, this is what brought this tonight's live up. I'm just a simple man. My mind keeps going to that song, Simple Man. Anyway, you'd have to be older to know that song. It's a good song. Just a simple man, and I think if you don't like how things are in the work environment you are in, then find something else and quit screwing things up for those who do like what they are doing. An example to me is like other folks from other countries moving to the USA and wanting to change the country to suit their needs and wants. New workers coming into the independent workforce and wanting to change what made certain jobs what they are and that people have enjoyed for many years. Some people are used to having bosses and benefits, and they get fed up with something, so they quit their W-2 jobs and move into the independent workforce and then whine because they don't get some of the benefits they used to. It is simple. You can't have it both ways. If the job classification doesn't suit you, quit trying to change it and go back to where you were. Most of us would like things a little better, but not at the expense of losing our independency. You have to take the good with the bad. Now, whether you agree or disagree, I don't know. But my biggest thing is I think about the truck drivers. The world will continue without DoorDash, Walmart Smart, Uber Eats, Grubhub. If all that just went away, the world's going to survive. But all this AB5 and all that stuff is affecting the truck drivers, and this world is not going to survive without our truck drivers. Now, I'm not a truck driver. My dad was, but and I know some truck drivers, and they've got a big responsibility, whether they realize it or not. And this stuff starts screwing with that stuff, and I've just caught bits and pieces over on Steve's channel about that AB5 and how it's affecting the independent truckers. And I don't know all about it. And honestly, you could tell me and I still wouldn't know. But I just don't think that you should be trying to change stuff to suit you and make things the way you want them to be. You have to look at the whole picture. Sure, you might get things changed, but at what cost? And that was the whole thing. Are you satisfied driving for these delivery apps? If you're not satisfied, then you need to rethink your career move. Good video opens our eyes. Wait, let's go back up. Good video opens our eyes. You said it on the live stream best, Brandon. Prop 22 is. Oh, I was wondering, Steve, if anybody caught that because I didn't notice anything, but it sure does seem like welfare. It's like they're wanting something without working for it. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong with welfare at all. If you need it, use it. That's what it's there for. Don't make it a habit of life. You know, what do they say? A hand up, not a handout. And that seems to be what this Prop 22 is. And, you really can't blame those folks out there for taking advantage of the situation because some of them didn't ask for it. They didn't want it. But if it's offered to them, they're not going to turn it down. And probably I wouldn't, and you probably wouldn't either. But overall, it's a bad move. And it's going to affect all of us if they don't quit whining about every little thing and wanting benefits. If you want benefits, go to work for the state or your county or your city or a good company that offers the benefits. Yeah. Very true. Adam, you just got to pay your own way and make the money to do it. Exactly. That's why gig workers are independent contractors. Steve, agreed, but don't bring welfare into gig economy. Yeah. And I jumped over on, and I missed Roy's live, and I just caught the tail end. But he apparently had watched my video on independent contractors, and he had said, I think, and I don't quote me, I think he said that independent or gig drivers are glorified. I don't remember exactly. I'm not going to quote him because I don't remember. But there's a lot of things Roy says that I agree with. And, some of my best friends in life growing up, I don't agree with them 100%. That's what it makes us all different. I really think this is independent contractor job because what's the difference in like Mad Dash? If y'all watch him and know him, he's an electrician. Okay. He gets a contract to go do a job. What's the difference? He can take the job or he can leave the job. And it doesn't matter if he hires 10 other people or if he does all the work himself. It doesn't matter if he buys the wiring at Home Depot or Lowe's Home Improvement. It doesn't matter as long as he gets the job done. And that's what independent contractor is. They take the contract on to do the job, and the only thing that the company cares about is the end result. They don't care about in the middle, and that's where we are as independent. We're in the middle. It's up to us how we do this. And if you don't like how it's done, and you want benefits, and you want this and that and the other, then go find you another job and quit whining because I'm serious. Some of these people is going to flat screw it up for everybody. And then they're going to say, well, I didn't want it that bad. It's too late. So all I'm saying is think about it. Have your opinion, have your thoughts. And it's normal to want more, but be careful the cost of wanting more, the end results of that. Think about it before you keep whining and fussing. Okay, that was all the rant I had, and that's all I have for tonight. Good night. No, seriously, I'm going to be here for a little while, but I just wanted to get all that out, and I don't know. There's some people kind of saying the same things, but there's so many. Looks like my camera's moving. There's so many people that are just obviously not happy with the kind of job they're doing. So find another job. That's right in the way now, isn't it? Let's see if I can move it over a little. That I put my this slides out, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Getting a pretty good setup here. This slides out, and it'll go over the top of my desk, and I can put my big camera, or I can put my phone in this phone holder and do product shots or whatever it is I'm working on at the moment, because I've been doing quite a bit of that here lately. But anyway, that's what that is. It's actually a phone holder. So, and that's just it. Pedro pushes the bet on yourself and setting goals. And that's just it. These gig apps, I'm hoping to hang on for at least another, let's see, what am I, for another 10 years, so I can officially retire and collect Social Security and hopefully still do some of this stuff. But what I'm getting at is do different things, you know, kind of spread your wings. This job gives us the opportunity to look into other things. You know, if you want to be a web designer or a freelance writer or a freelance photographer and make a little money here and a little money there, these gig apps allow us to do that. And that's why I don't want some people to screw it up, because if they screw it up, this gig apps ain't going to be worth nothing, and you're not going to get the opportunity to do the things to better yourself. Very cool contraption. Yeah. And I like that. You can slide, like I said, you can slide it over and the post will go up and down. So I can do like macro shots of real close. And I'm kind of into some different things as of the last month or so. Probably one or two of y'all know what it is, and that's as far as I'm going to go with it. But anyway, how you doing, Nico? Nico. I think I pronounced it right, because I think I pronounced it Nico before, and you said it's Nico. I think we talked about that in the last live. I'm trying to remember, but I think I got it. Oh, Mr. Tuesday. So is everybody, what is the weather like? Man, we've been running about 106 to 110. Very hot. Today has been really nice. And something else. Does any of y'all drive a Honda Civic? I'm thinking about looking at it's a 2013 Honda Civic. And I really like my car. You know, I have the Infinity, and it rides good, and it runs like it'll run. For a 6-cylinder, I can run circles around some of these supposed hot rods. But anyway, it gets 15.5 miles a gallon. And that Honda Civic, the guy I was talking to earlier, my car man, he was driving it, and he said right now he's driving down the road and it's averaging 38 miles to the gallon. And I'm like, I really like my Infinity, but 38 miles of the gallon? I just never had a Honda or even a Honda Civic. And I think Hondas are supposed to be good cars, but I don't know. Hondas are great on gas miles. Yeah, well, that's what he was saying. Steve, we have 98 to 100, very hot. Well, if I remember right, Steve, it's been many years since I've been up there. The humidity is a lot higher. I remember one thing about I believe it was Pikes Peak, but I remember them. Well, we always thought we had big mosquitoes here. I've never seen mosquitoes that big as what I did in Colorado. Huge. I mean, they look like horse flies, if y'all know what horse flies are. But get a Toyota hybrid, getting 49 miles a gallon. You know, I'm not bashing Toyota. I just had a bad experience. I bought a brand new 2015 Toyota Camry. Hit what was it? A possum or something. Knocked the whole front end off the car, got it fixed, and then every time you bumped that car, the little plastic pieces that snapped the front bumper guard or cover on, it kept falling off. And that car was bad luck for me. I never really had any kind of wrecks or backing into stuff. I backed into stuff in that car all the time. it was a death trap for me. Toyota, the engine, it ran great. No complaints at all. It's just, it seems like they're not putting the Toyotas together like they used to. So I don't know. But if you get a good one, that's great. And 49 miles a gallon, you can't go wrong there. Nico, I had a terrible experience with Ford. I'll never buy another Ford again. I have a Nissan SUV now. That's what Emily's got. She's got my girlfriend, Nissan Rogue. And we took that to St. Louis. Man, I even got to drive back. It was nice just being able to ride, though. But that thing rides and drives good. I'm not real. Of course, I've never had that assisted driving, and I don't know. It's new to me. I guess you get used to it. It is kind of nice though. But when you're coming up behind somebody, what bothered me is you have your cruise set on like 80, and you start coming up behind somebody, and it automatically starts slowing down, and you can't really tell it's slowing. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's slowing down. You look down and you're running 65. I'm like, why didn't I just go around them? But that's that auto drive or that distancing thing. It's a good safety thing though. But yeah, I like the Nissan. And see, the Infinities are made. Nissan makes Infinity. So, I am a Nissan fan all the way. I've never had a Honda. And as far as Fords go, I've had Fords and Chevrolets, and my dad was a Ford man. My grandpa was a Chevrolet man. And I'm a man. I was a young man that didn't care as long as it ran. I think Chevrolets ride better and smoother, but I think Fords are built tougher. I don't think that commercial is just a commercial, because I've seen more Fords out on the ranches and farms than I have Chevrolets. As far as Dodge goes, I'm not going to say anything because there might be some Dodge owners out there. Enough said on that. I love my Subaru. I was reading when I had my Yukon, I was reading about the all-wheel drive, and I started kind of looking at cars with all-wheel drive. Subaru is number one for the all-wheel drive transmissions. They're supposed to be the best of the best. You have a 2003 Nissan Murano. Isn't the Murano's the higher end one, isn't it? Or the higher price one? I don't know. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Poole, my gig? Hope everything's going well your way. I guess you're not fishing tonight. Oh, what's up? A little bit of everything. Cost of living. Gas is going down, though. Is gas going down where y'all live? One station I saw here at $3.33. I hope it keeps going down. Oh, you drive the Nissan? Yeah, I was thinking you did, but I wasn't sure. Just hope the transmission holds up. We were looking at the towing capacity of a Nissan Rogue. And I don't know if there's different versions of the Rogues, but hers, the towing capacity, my Infinity has a higher towing capacity. Because we was talking about, because we'd like to have a boat. Not a big boat, but just a small, maybe a pontoon boat or a small fishing boat. And we're going to have a different vehicle, because I think it would probably, it'd be overweight. That's for one thing, but you'd probably tear the transmission out pretty quick. Oh, I'm praying for my life. I mean, nothing goes wrong with my car. I'm almost done paying it off. Well, I'll knock on wood for you. Paid $356. Y'all work down south. Y'all were cheaper from the different people I've talked to. I think I missed something. Oh, yeah, Steve, you have a RAV4? A RAV4? $4.06 at Costco. I don't. Sam's, I think Sam's Club is basically the same thing as Costco. I think they were like three. I want to say like 346. But if you have the Walmart Plus card, I think you can use that at Sam's as well. Which I had free 30 days of the Walmart Spark, and I was getting 10 cents off a gallon. Not Walmart Spark, Walmart Plus card through Walmart Spark. I guess I qualified for it. Anyway, I went to get gas yesterday, and apparently my free trial had ended, so I got another free trial under a different email. But it's $12.95 a month, I think, for that Plus, the Walmart Plus app. And I think it'd be worth it. Save you 10 cents a gallon every time. Oh, you put the tow hitch on the Rogue. What have you pulled anything heavy with it or anything? Did Tony come in? I must have missed it or something. I'm glad everybody's talking. It's making me have to really look. Okay, Paul, I do sport. Oh, Marino, you do sport. I love Spark. I don't want nobody else in my town to do Spark though. No, I don't care. As long as everybody can make some money, that's all good. Oh wait, I missed something. Uh oh, Marina, I just signed up for Walmart Spark delivery driver waiting on a background check. I've seen a lot of people here lately, or heard of a lot of people lately, is having a tough time getting on Spark. I know Sarah, over on Sarah Elizabeth, if y'all know who she is, she's got a great channel, but she's been on the waiting list for a while. It only took me about a week, but I've been on it for a while now. It just depends on how many people are in line trying to get on it, and it's a pretty good deal. And I honestly think, and it's just my opinion, but these apps, if you have Shipped or Amazon Flex, things that are dealing with merchandise, I think personally that those apps and companies are going to do nothing but grow. The food deliveries like Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub and all them, they could fade out or slow down more. But the more and more uh, people learn these apps and how to use them, I'm talking about the consumer, the more they're going to realize that that's the way to go. I really, it's good for people to get out and socialize and stuff. But there's a lot of times where you may not want to get out because you're using gas. Um, there's a ton of reasons, and y'all can think about them. And you can get on the Walmart Plus app, and it's free delivery. I will say one thing for those that do not do Spark yet, or if you do Spark, you probably notice it. And that's one thing. I used to fuss because, and I'm still not happy when people don't tip on Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff. They should tip. But here's a real kicker: Walmart Plus, you get free delivery. I've been told on express orders it's not free, but on the regular home deliveries, it's free. And there's some customers that won't tip. And I do not get that because it's not costing them anything. At least the DoorDash customers have a right to say, well, I'm paying all these fees. Every time I order, it's $6 or $7. Walmart Plus, it's $12.95 a month. Just saying, if you are a Walmart Plus shopper, tip your drivers. You're not paying for everyday delivery. That's all I got to say about that. That's a whole different ballgame there. Yeah. Lisa, it is oversaturated in a lot of markets, apparently. Apparently down in Florida for sure. That's where Sarah's at. Henry said, Paul, I really like the Venza. I waited on the list for about 4 months to get my car and almost got the Venza that came in. I don't know what that is. Oh, you're on carp. I remember that. You told me what that meant. And anyway, you're on the waiting list too. I do. Paul, you do flex groceries only. Love it. We have one. I'll have to look. Excuse me for just a moment. Skip Cart. We have Skip Cart here, and y'all may have Skip Cart, but it does grocery delivery as well from United Supermarkets. Or Amigos or Market Street. There's different names, but maybe a Southern chain. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all they do. But I've had to get a lot of big orders, and it doesn't pay that. I mean, $8, which is not bad. But when you get used to and get spoiled to Spark, it's kind of tough to take them $7 and $8 orders. Because almost every order you take from Spark is going to pay you more than $1 a mile. Almost every order. Isn't that crazy? I see so many no tip. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't tip on Walmart Spark, because those deliveries are not costing me anything. So, where are you from, Brandon? Wichita Falls, Texas. All but one summer. Well, I'm from here. One summer I moved to Gulfport, Mississippi. Most boring place I could have ever imagined living at that time. But I got in the best shape of my life. My uncle was a bricklayer, so I got to learn how to be a bricklayer helper. And if any of y'all ever done any kind of construction like that, y'all know what I'm saying, especially down there. The humidity is awful. Got that Gulf Coast humidity. Gotta sleep. Good talk tonight, Brandon. Well, I appreciate you coming by, Adam. Come on back by anytime. But we'll leave the light on for you. No tip, no trip. Spark for me on Spark. I agree with the no tip, no trip to an extent. Whether you're doing Spark, DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever. Because if you get a $6, if the order is $6 and it's going 2 miles, I don't care if they tipped or not. I know I should, and that customer should tip, but the pay was good enough for me. And if it has a tip, that's a bonus. I used to be 100% no tip, no trip, and I am on those $2.50 and $3 orders. And honestly, I almost think you're better off taking a $2.50 order than you are a $3.50 order, because odds are if you take a $3.50 order, it's been sitting there and you got a ticked off customer already. So get ready for a bad rating. A $2.50 order, it may have just came out and just nobody's had a chance to turn it down yet because it hadn't went up. So those are a safer bet as far as keeping your customer rating going, or not getting a bad rating. Just my opinion. Took you 4 months to get on Grubhub. Grubhub used to be really good here, but all the DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats have all seemed to go downhill. It seems like DoorDash was the first one that went down in their base pay and all that, and the rest of them are kind of following suit. But with that being said, I've also got an opinion on something, and I really, and it's the perks. People not being like top dashers and stuff, but there are perks there, and it's the same thing with Uber Eats and Grubhub and the rest of them, even with Walmart Spark. The higher your acceptance rating goes, and your acceptance rating on Spark does matter, but like on DoorDash and the rest of them, it doesn't matter. But if you have a higher acceptance rating, you are going to get better orders, and that's a fact. I can't show you physical proof personally, but Emily has, because she was a top dasher, and when she lost that top dasher status, her income dropped by 20%, roughly 20%. So there's some things there's some perks, but it won't cost. And that may be one of the reasons why my Uber Eats and Grubhub orders are not as good as what they used to be. But I will say I've seen a lot more wet. Reba's over here scratching. Reba's the dog. But it makes the house shake because she's such a big dog. The cameras are boom, boom, boom. But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Just take the orders that make sense. Don't worry about the tip. None of that. Tips do matter. I'm not saying that. But take what makes sense to you in your area. If the base pay is good, a tip shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. I mean, it's nice. And those hidden tips, that's just, to me, I just consider those a bonus. Cash tips, a bonus. And I've never gotten a Spark cash tip up until about the last 2 weeks. And one of the customers said that they've been told on other apps that the tips don't always make it to the driver. So if y'all been spreading the word, it's working, because this person has nobody that delivers to tell her. She just has heard it probably on TikTok, or it was on Instagram. She's probably heard it somewhere. I didn't ask where she heard it, but I did confirm what she has heard is the truth. But I've gotten like 3 or 4 cash tips lately on Walmart Spark. You're not in it for the glory. At least I've seen the same thing on Spark too. Where were you from? Williamsport, 3 hours. Oh, well, up Philadelphia. I don't know if I can. I'm a Southern boy. I don't know if I can handle that cold. It gets cold up there. Spark better in big cities than small cities, or does it matter? I don't know if you're talking to me or anybody that knows can answer that, but I will say that I would think that in bigger cities where there was more places to pick up from, Like here in Wichita Falls, we have 3 Walmarts and the Sam's Club. And supposedly they pick up at Home Depot too. I do know a lady that drives here that has picked up Home Depot, she said, but that's been a while back. But I think if you're in a bigger city, you probably have more Walmarts and more places to pick up at. But in those bigger cities, you're going to have to be closer to that area because they do pick by the proximity. Now, I don't know, 10 miles from the closest Walmart, and I can get pinged or get an order from there from sitting right here. So I don't know. But if you're in the middle of them, your odds are better. But if you get a big city, man, it's like too many choices. You don't know where to sit unless you do it for a while. And on that note, let me throw something at you right quick. And I had noticed on these, and Lisa, you probably know too, on these pickup ASAP orders, I've noticed on my arrival time has been dropping. But I have been across town, and it takes about 9 minutes to get 8 to 9 minutes, depends on the traffic, to get from one side of town to the other. But it may be 4:55 in the evening, and you get an pickup ASAP. You think, okay, I'll take it, and then it'll pop up their expected arrival time, or you're supposed to be there to pick up that order at like 4:59 or 4:58. There's no way you can make it that far in that amount of time. And apparently, that affects your on time arrival. So I've really started paying attention, and I'm going to see if my on time arrival goes back up because it was at like 97, 98%, and it seems to be dropping now. So y'all kind of, if y'all do Walmart Spark, kind of be thinking about that, and you may already know. It's just something I was going to mention because it came to my mind. Spark cash tip is usually EBT order. They don't allow tips on cards, Grandpa. Okay. It may be. You know, used to, you could kind of, well, we won't, I'm not going to go there. But this was a nice house, but that don't mean anything anymore. Different situations calls for different measures. That's all I can say. The more stores, the further the distance sometimes. Just learn your store number so you know who you want to accept for exactly. Some stores are slower than the others. And get to know the loaders, and when you first start your shift that day, ask them if everything's going smooth. Because a lot of times they'll just flat out and tell me, say, man, they've had a lot of people call in today and they don't have that many pickers. So that right there tells you your order, you're going to be waiting on your orders. So you might want to go to a different store. Not all the time, but well, the customer who uses EBT has to upload their debit card so they can tip us. Oh, okay. I don't know on that end how it works. I just know I normally had never gotten cash tips, but here lately I have. And like I said, the one lady said that, and she was probably referring to DoorDash because DoorDash is becoming notoriously known for possibly not giving the drivers the tips. Again, I heard several years ago they got in trouble for that. But how can you prove it? You can't actually see what the order was. The only way you can prove that is if you know the person that ordered the food and they tell you. I don't know. And somebody was talking about tip baiting on Spark. Now, I don't, and you could probably answer this one, Lisa. I don't know if they can take a tip back off or not. But honestly, because a lot of times your tips won't come in till the next day, I don't know if I've ever been tip baited. If I have, it was so minor that I didn't even notice it. So if somebody was cheesy enough to do that, heck with them. But there's 98% of the people out there are not going to do that. I don't think. Not here anyway. Wichita Falls, and a lot of places have good people. I don't. Wichita Falls is not the most beautiful area of Texas, but it's got some pretty decent folks. I will say that. You've had a customer tell you about that. It's the same card they would use for their EBT items. Huh. Yeah, I don't. So I say I don't think I've ever been tip baited on Spark. And honestly, I've only been tip baited one time, and that was on Uber Eats. And I know the person that did it. But and I confronted them about it, and they explained it to me. And whatever it was, I don't know. It, it wasn't a major issue. And like I said, that's the one and only time that I know for a fact that I was tip baited. Man, this has been the night's been a quick hour. Well, I didn't. I guess I got started late. I was messing with that mic. I'd sure like to get that mic working. I I guess Steve disappeared on me, but I'm going to hit him up on that when he comes to Wichita. I'm going to ask him about it. There's maybe a setting you have to go in there with StreamYard. Grandpa, there are good people everywhere, and many more good than bad. You're absolutely right. There really are, and that's the bad thing is when you hear something bad, you think the worst of the town or the area or whatever, but you don't hear about all the good folks out there. I still believe in people. Now there's some rotten eggs. There's no question in that, and there's people that'll take advantage of situations. But on average, I think most everybody's good-hearted and wish no ill things on others. But it doesn't take but one or two bad apples to ruin the. What is that? Only takes one bad apple to spoil the bucket, something like that. It's an old saying, but that's true. There's good people out there, but I only hear it, and that's what bugs me about social media and the news. The news is just social media, but they want to talk about the bad things, and it makes everything sound so bad. They don't want to talk about the good things. Good things are not money makers, and not get them the ratings and whatnot. And nobody wants to hear the good things. They just want to hear the bad things. I don't even hardly watch the news anymore. Now I have a news app on my phone, and that's enough for me. Oh yeah, supposedly. Uber needs to get rid of that. What feature? The upfront pay needs to be what's paid out. Oh, okay. Oh, where they can take the uh, tip away. Yeah, uh, I agree to an extent, but I mentioned Sarah earlier. Sarah Elizabeth, if y'all haven't watched her, she's got a good YouTube channel. Check her out. But she had a situation where she actually took the tip away. And it was 100% understandable because of what the driver did. The driver was at the restaurant and went to pick up the food. Then they went, because they can watch them. They went to another restaurant further and apparently picked up another order, went and delivered that. But the first order, they showed that they had picked it up. Okay. They went and picked up the other order, took it further, got it dropped off, then went back to that first restaurant where Sarah's food was supposed to be, and then took it to Sarah. And that's kind of messed up. Granted, probably, but they marked it as picked up. I believe that's what they did. They shouldn't have done that because odds are that restaurant told them it's going to be about 20 minutes. So they thought, I'll go get that other order and get that delivered. And by the time I get that done, this order will be ready. They was thinking, but they messed up by putting that they already had that order. And Sarah said that order was cold and everything. So they possibly could have. And maybe I'm just trying to find the good in it. But she took that tip off. And I would have took it off too. So there are certain circumstances when it's legitimately should be able to take it off. But just for the heck of it, no. Supposedly Uber is about to do some things for the benefit of the driver, but not sure what they are yet. Well, I'll tell you what. I know you watch Steve because Steve has a lot of new stuff that comes out. He stays up on top of a lot of this. I usually when I hear something, even Emily's talking about doing some videoing, but probably more over on the TikTok side. But she reads that Reddit a lot. So, or Reddit, however you pronounce it. So I may get to some new news before I watch everybody else's videos and hear it. I just don't keep up with it. I just do my thing. And that's what everybody should do. Just do your thing. Get along with everybody. And just go out, make your money, and be happy. If you ain't happy, find a job that does make you happy. And that was up there a while ago. I don't remember who said it or what was exactly said. But to me, if you can pay your bills and survive, that's a job. If you can pay your bills, survive, and you're happy with your job, that's a good job. And if this is not a good job, you need to find a good job. That's what I got to say on that. Because you got to be happy with doing whatever you're doing. Be happy with it. You may not agree with everything or like everything, but overall, be happy with it. Hey, how you doing, Rodney? You snuck in the back door. I only listen to the news for the weather. Well, the weather around here, you just walk out and look, and that's your weather because it's hit and miss most of the time because they can say no rain's expected, and in 30 minutes we may have a heat storm come through and it rained for a little bit. You ever been to Arizona? I went to Las Vegas one time, and I'd never seen it, but lightning, because of the heat storms, just sporadic lightning with and it was weird looking. And we get those occasionally, but the weather can change in a heartbeat around here. When a storm's going this way, in an hour, it may be going the other way. Rodney, you fell asleep. Well, that's okay. Everybody needs some rest. Lisa, definitely have to be happy doing what you're doing. I love gig work. I may not always agree with the companies, but I enjoy what I do. Absolutely. I don't agree with everything, but I'm not going to gripe about everything. Some things kind of get under my skin sometimes. And everything in life is like that. There's going to be different things that get under your skin, but don't let it consume you. And don't overanalyze this job. I was watching a live recently, and some people may know the one I'm talking about, but the fellow on there was analyzing this and analyzing that, and so what? Unless you own the company and all those analyzing and charts and all that, if all that helps, that's great. I understand it. But analyze you and your area, and that's enough. And don't worry about what's going on in other places. Worry about your place. You can help people in other places, but what's good for me doing something the way I do it is not going to be good for, say, Lisa up there where she's at. It just don't work that way. So analyze it for yourself and don't overanalyze it. Just do the job. It's not that complicated. And if you don't like it, move on. Find something else. There was one more thing that I was going to bring up, and I forgot until just now, and it was on Pedro's. I don't know if it was his last video or what. Oh, he's got another video. He just popped up 35 minutes ago. And I guess it was a video before. It was a DoorDash hourly pay, active time versus dash time. Now, I don't know how y'all, nah, I'm not from Texas. But anyway, I don't know how y'all figure out how much you get paid and this and that and the other. But, and I said it the other night, it's a salary type of job. You get paid for the job. I don't understand why people want to say, well, I made $35 an hour when you may have worked 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, you made one order that was $35 or worked 1 hour and you made $35 for that one order. That don't mean you made $35 an hour. It means you made $35 for that hour, but not the entire day. So I don't know why they worry about how much they make per hour, because it's salary. You work from the time you leave the house to the time you get back to the house. Whatever you make is what you make. You may be out 8 hours, you may be out 3 hours, you may be out 12 hours. It doesn't matter. To me, just do your thing. I start my mileage tracker when I leave the house, and I stop it when I get back. And that is the hours that I work. Hello. Miss Emily is home. She's been out sparking. Looks like she's been out to a party, too. You gotta get back. Anyway, everybody say hi, Emily.
Hello.
It is 10 after 9, isn't it? But did I finish saying what I was saying about that? But anyway, that's the way I calculate it. And as far as hours go, I don't. The active dash time, because you could go out for 8 hours and only make $40 an hour. Does that mean you made, what would that be, $10 an hour? If you worked 8 hours and you made $40.
You only made $40 in 8 hours?
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be like $5 an hour.
$5 an hour. I don't know. Y'all get what I'm saying. It's salary job. It's not an hourly job. You're a contract laborer or independent contractor, however you want to call it. Self-employed. Make your money for the day. Anyway, Gig Adventures, oink, oink, board. Yep. Well, get out and do something. Have an adventure. I'm getting ready to do some more fishing and camping, because if this weather continues, oh, she turned around. Y'all ever, what was that show, that scary show when that little girl's head turned, Poltergeist? Is that what Poltergeist? When her head turned over, and I just got that look. She's going to try the camping. but I'm gonna break your in easy. Probably just get a cabin to begin with, at one of the state parks. 'Cause I got to get back out camping, man. I miss it. Anyway, enjoy what you do, and don't fuss about the little things. If it's that major, find something else. Be happy. I'm going to get out of here and finish doing a couple of things before bedtime. Exorcist, that was it. Tony, I didn't even know you was here. Somebody said your name earlier. Maybe you was in and out. I don't know. Yeah. When her head turned around. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You can see y'all. I'll see you next week, Pork Chop. Hopefully nothing major happens and I'll be here. Been on Uber only, able to listen. Oh, okay. I that's one thing about the lives that I really enjoy doing. And let me swing this around here and show you. Oh. Emily got me these, if you can see them. And I can drive and put them things on. I've talked about these before, and I can listen to all the live streams, and I can listen to the YouTube videos and all that. Because a lot of stuff you don't really have to watch; you can just listen to it, and a bunch of it's quite entertaining. So yeah, I do more listening than I do watching, honestly. And as far as that goes, I think a lot of people would be better off if they do a lot more listening than talking. Just saying. Especially if you're in California. I know. I wish I could not say that. Anyway, y'all make more money, Tony, on your Top Dasher quest. Oh, yeah. If y'all haven't thought that, Tony is, what was it? I just caught part of that today. I think you had it on a short, or maybe Pedro put your short on Instagram. I don't know, but I saw it. Y'all watch The Driven Dad. If y'all haven't watched it, he's gonna have a pretty cool challenge going. Y'all jump over here and watch it. Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all keep smiling, keep dashing, dancing, prancing, doing something, because you're gonna get gray-headed and get old real quick if you don't get out there and do something. Enjoy life. Enjoy the job that you're doing. If you don't enjoy the job you're doing, find one that you do and quit whining and griping about this one. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later. Bye.